Hello, folks, and welcome back to The Slice. And hello, old Rafael Nadal that we all know. Welcome back to your dominance. Rafael Nadal has shown up in Rome and won the tournament, finally winning his first tournament of 2019 and showing us why he's known as the King of Clay once again. So let's get into this episode on what happened in the Rome final, how did he beat Djokovic, and what this means going forward into the French Open. Welcome to The Slice, and let's get into it.
Welcome to the slice.
Welcome to the slice.
Welcome to the slice.
Thanks for showing up, folks. Thanks for tuning in. It's been an amazing clay court swing so far. I'm so stoked on what's going on, and it was fun watching Rome happen. We had the winner, Rafael Nadal. His fans have all taken a massive sigh of relief. He beat Djokovic today 6-0, 4-6, 6-1. And Rafael Nadal, that we have come to know as the most dominant player on a single surface of all time, has shown up again. And as we've been talking all the way through Monte Carlo, Barcelona, Madrid, and now Rome, things have not been going Rafael Nadal's way. And we were wondering what's going on. I was saying that if he doesn't win one of these tournaments soon, if he doesn't win Roland Garros, this is going to be a very significant stretch of his career, maybe signaling the decline of his dominance on clay. So we're going to talk about the effects of this match and this win for him, or this tournament and this win for him. But first, what happened? Rafael Nadal can now be called, the bread man, because he was giving out bagels in every single match except for the Tsitsipas one. He gave a bagel to every single player, including Djokovic in this final. Now, I was only able to see parts of this match, but what I did see is Rafael Nadal's game seemed to have its pop back. I think in this matchup, he actually was able to be the more aggressive player, and then I think a lot of his problems in these past matches against younger guys like Tsitsipas, in Madrid and team in Barcelona, was he was the less aggressive player, and that's fine because he's been able to do that in the past, wear people down and play big in the big points and just use his defense. But he's getting older, his defense isn't as good as it used to be, and these young guys are hitting huge and super aggressive. But in this matchup against Djokovic is not hitting massively aggressive anymore. He's using a lot more tactical games, angled shots and stuff like that. So Nadal actually, I think, was the aggressor in this match, and his shots were penetrating the court because Rome's a bit faster clay, and he was using those shots well. His down-the-line shots, forehand and backhand, they were flatter, really were doing damage against Djokovic. And I also thought, because Nadal, you can make it pop on any clay surface, his topspin was getting to Djokovic, especially on that backhand side. I saw Djokovic a few times just kind of throw lobbing defensive shots back, and then Nadal would just step forward and eat those up like dinner. So interesting to watch Nadal's clay game come out into full swing again. We could see why it's been so effective over his whole career, winning what seems like millions of tournaments on clay. So in this matchup against Djokovic, I thought he played the right way, which he was more aggressive, and then let his shots do some serious damage against Djokovic. It was a close match, and I think Rafa fans probably started to get nervous after 6-0 opening set, just cruised through that, and then he started to get tight, or not tight, but Djokovic started to play better. I didn't see the whole second set, but when he lost that second set, you got to be like, uh-oh. If Djokovic wins this match and Rafael Nadal loses again, big warning signs. But showed us why he's one of the greatest fighters of all time, if not the greatest fighter in tennis, and came back with a strong performance in the third set to win. So kudos to Rafael Nadal. What does this mean going forward now? For Rafael Nadal, is it all good? Is it just back to the way things were? I don't think so. I think the French Open is still extremely important for this clay swing not being a huge disappointment for Nadal. He's lost a lot of points already, but if he doesn't win the French Open, I think that you could look back at this season as possibly the start of the decline of his dominance on clay, because it'll be a significant year of him only winning one tournament on clay if that doesn't happen. And it's not going to be an easy task for him to win the French Open this year. I would be extremely surprised if he just walked through it. So I think it's a great step, obviously, in the right direction for Nadal, and I think his tennis is getting back to the level it needs to be to win the French Open. I would still have him as the favorite going in for sure now, especially because of this win. But it's not all good. He's not out of the clear, I would say, and it seems like old Father Time might be catching up with him. But he is playing good, so you should be happy if you're a Rafael Nadal fan. Djokovic, he's looking fine. He played well in this tournament. He got to the final again, won in Madrid. So he's going into the French Open as a serious threat, obviously, as the world number one still. Looking great on clay. I would say he's definitely behind Nadal as the front runner for that tournament, but he's got to be close up there, and it's going to depend a lot on the draw, which we'll all obviously have covered here and on the Slice front row. thanks for those new people who have signed up for that. If you haven't signed up, you're missing out. And that's all I got to say for that, because we got some great things going on there. But this is what you need to know about Federer. Roger Federer obviously pulled out of his match in the semifinal the quarterfinal against Stefanos Tsitsipas after playing 2 matches in one day. And we should have kind of known that, seen that coming forward. He played one of them was like a brutally long match. And his old ass is not ready to play 2 matches in a row and then come back the next day and play another match. So that kind of makes sense. He said it was a right leg injury, which maybe his right leg was more sore, but I feel like all that lactic acid buildup, maybe he just wasn't ready, and he's like, I'm not going to risk it and take a tweak for the French Open. But I don't think it's a serious injury. I haven't heard anything else. I'm sure he would have released something. We haven't heard him withdraw from the French Open or anything, so I think he should be fine. Wouldn't put him as a massive threat at the French Open, but he could obviously do anything because he's a hero. And we have realized that we should never critique him about his age. We should never say that anything's impossible because he keeps on redefining those. So Federer should be good. And Del Potro had a great showing out at Rome. I heard that I missed the match of the year maybe so far, Del Potro versus Djokovic. That might have been why Djokovic started slowly. He had a tough semifinal. We don't know. But I saw that Djokovic, I saw highlights obviously, but Del Potro was moving well and hitting huge, which is a great sign for tennis. Also a great sign for him going into the French Open. He has done well there in the past. But I think Thiem and Tsitsipas are going to have a massive opportunities at the French Open to prove themselves once again. Thiem already proved himself last year, making it to the final, losing to the clay goat. So he's kind of already been there. He's just got to get over that hump. But Tsitsipas he's a household name now on the tour, and he's a serious threat in every tournament. So this is the first time in a major where I feel like he's been like that. At the French Open, he was definitely a threat at the Australian Open, making it to the semifinals. Lots of opportunity ahead though here in the French Open. We got about a week and a half until that starts, and things are getting lit here. So thanks for tuning into this slice. If you haven't checked out the Slice front row, you can check it out. Go to the page, just watch the intro video, see what we got going on there, and consider supporting the slice so that we can get to more tournaments in the future and build this. Because if you didn't know, YouTube really doesn't pay me any money. So there you heard it first. I need support from you guys to make this happen, and we're going to be getting more sponsors on board and stuff like that. Things are happening. But thanks for sticking with us and with the Rome coverage. That was a fun tournament. Wow, that was good stuff. It was cool to see Rafa Nadal do his thing again. So stay tuned for the French Open coverage coming at you from your boy at The Slice. Thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, folks. This has been the Slice Tennis News. Click here to go to the Patreon account. Check that out. It's the Slice Front Row is our show there. Happens every second week. And if you sign up to be a premium supporter, you get one of these shirts or one of the new shirts coming out mailed to you directly free of charge, just as a thank you for signing up. So click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video. We'll see you next time.